This is David Alan Grier for the Errant Hashtag, and today's subject is the half-told lie. My half-told lie, if we must start there, is the claim that Melissa chose me as her research advisor. However, with only the most modest of effort, you can paw through the several thousand emails on my server and find the exact one in which I recruited her to pursue a project on civilizing the Internet. Yet, it's only half a lie. The half-truth is the fact that she appeared on my doorstep some 2 years ago, completely unannounced, and asked how she might study the way that technology changes society. Still, I believe it's best for me to accept the blame, as I know that technology has a way of revealing those stories that we might rather wish to keep to ourselves. The project began, as all of my projects do, with lengthy discussions of subjects that seem entirely irrelevant. In this case, we started with the industrial age rather than the Internet era, a suggestion that Melissa accepted with pursed lips and the roll of an eye of a disbeliever. Undeterred, I urged her to consider the civilizing goals of the YMCA, and I sent her to the library. The YMCA is actually one of the key civilizing institutions of the industrial age. It was created in 1844 as a way to civilize the young men, and here we have to note that the M in YMCA stands for men. The men who came to the city to work in the factories. It taught these young men, most of whom were from farms or small towns, basic skills, how to work with others, how to deal with urban institutions, how to comport themselves in a sophisticated society. It offered classes and models of what an urban man should be. As part of this, it developed sports such as volleyball and basketball to teach teamwork and, if you believe the record, to keep the young men's minds focused on moral virtue. Basketball and virtue. There we have a combination. From this model, Melissa's research was obvious. I suggested what was the YMCA for the Internet. The two of us spent many a profitable hour arguing about the various organizations that are attempting to civilize the Internet, until deadlines. Deadlines forced us to create a concrete research agenda and start gathering data. Very quickly, our study devolved into one of those classic big data problems. Today, really, no undergraduate project can be accomplished with less than 4 million data points. Plus, for that, you need help from a programmer, the services of a crowdsourcing firm in California. We really had to wrestle with all of the big V's that we now associate with big data: volume, variety, velocity, value, and the one that's very rarely mentioned in the technical literature, vexation of spirit. Of the five, volume really isn't that hard to handle. Makes me wonder why we have it in big data at all, other than to justify the adjective big. Variety, you can constrain that with filters of various kinds. Value, of course, is in the eye of the beholder. And finally, vexation is always with us. The one remaining V of the five, velocity, was a constant problem because of the events driving our study. These events changed faster than we could react to them. And so, like many researchers before us, we eventually had to fit our research question to the data that we actually possessed, rather than the data that we truly desired. In the end, I don't think we were any closer to finding the civilizing forces of the Internet, though at least we could see the problem a little more clearly. Now, as in the YMCA's earliest days, the goal is to get a population of inexperienced users to cooperate and to behave civilly. We haven't solved this problem. We have no institutions valiantly striving the way the YMCA strove to make the Internet a civilized place. Yet we see hints and directions about how that process is going forward. The half-told lie, we found, is perhaps the most common kind of message on social networking sites. A grain of truth that is rewritten in a way that promotes the sender's status. I am sending you this bit of information, or this image, or this link, starts the half-told lie. But I really want you to pay attention to me. Such messages are nurtured by a marketplace environment that pits one writer against another to gain reader attention. However, such environments rarely support a community spirit without a formal civilizing institution and without clear civilized goals standing in the midst of it. This is David Allen Greer for the Errant Hashtag. Take care.